Good morning, everyone. Got a little music for you today. Why not? Happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad you're here with me today. My name's Austin. This is the Gratitude Manifesto. This is day number 24. If you are joining us for the first time, I want to welcome you today. You are in for an incredible show today. If you've been with us every day, I honor you, and I know what's happening in your life because there's studies that talk about gratitude. I'm going to talk about that with you this morning. I want to share with you how the show works. I'm going to say good morning to you. We're going to get your shares today, and I want to stoke the fire right away. What came to me today is I want to ask you, and it's going to be in line with the presentation today in today's show, what memory are you most grateful for? What memory are you most grateful for? All right, welcome today, everyone. This is going to be an incredible show for day number 24. We are streaming live right now on all the social media platforms. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get right into this because today's presentation is going to be a little bit longer, but I know it's going to be absolutely worth it. So I would say we're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 minutes today. But I'm going to share with you my good friend, John Kremens. He's 96 years young. He's a World War II veteran, and he's got some incredible insights on gratitude and a life well lived. And you're going to see that right away. There's a perspective that can only be had through the fullness of living life, of allowing life in, allowing life to touch us. And John certainly embodies everything that we're going to talk about today. I'm going to ask you to share this because I know this is going to reach somebody new today and they're going to be moved by this. So let's talk about gratitude and let's get into the show. The first thing we do every day is we share the definition of gratitude. We look at the definition so we can go deeper and understand it more. Let's take a look at that now. Are you developing the quality of gratitude? We know that people talk about gratitude, and I know many times I would just check off a list real quick. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. But we're talking about the quality of and the readiness to. And that's what we're doing, not just today on Thanksgiving, but every day. We want to step in and allow gratitude to cultivate in our lives. And we know that according to this study at Harvard, that practicing gratitude for 21 days has a residual effect of up to 6 months and beyond. It literally changes your brain, it changes your biochemistry, and allows that next interaction to be even better than it would have been had you not sat down, and it doesn't take long. Am I right? So for those of you that have been practicing gratitude, you know this. So let me say good morning to you, everyone. We're talking about the question I asked is what is a memory that you're most grateful for? What is a memory that you're most grateful for? Good morning, Mandy. Thank you for being here. The birth of each of my children is a blessed memory. Amen to that. Amen to that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Michelle, good morning. Thank you so much, Michelle. This was Michelle's idea. I want to give her credit for that. Good morning, Carrie. I'm glad you're here. Happy Thanksgiving. The song that you heard was Kind and Generous by Natalie Merchant. Happy Thanksgiving, Carmen. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Let's talk about today's quote, and then I'm going to be exiting like stage left, and I'm going to share the interview that I did a couple days ago. But before I do that, I want to share with you what we're doing here. We're talking about cultivating the quality of, right? So we're taking every expression of gratitude, every quote that you see, we're putting it into a manifesto. So this isn't just a thing you check off your list. It's living it. It's taking it with you for the rest of your life, the rest of your days. I want you to embody gratitude in everything. I want you to feel it in your heart. I want you to be changed by it. I want your life to be different because you're appreciating the smallest detail up to the grandiose thing. You notice everything in between and you can be grateful. Can you be grateful today? Can you really allow this and embody it today? So what we're doing, Mandy, thank you so much for sharing the link. There's a link in there. It's the 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. Here's what we do. You click on that. You're going to get this document that I created. It's the 9 questions to remove those limitations. How many of us have that voice? You can't do it because you did this, you did that. We want to get rid of that voice, or at least tell it to go take a break. And we want to uncover this limitation so we can move forward. So I'm gifting you that. That will get you an email. And in that email, there'll be a link to get into our private community where you can access this gratitude manifesto, all the quotes, all the people that have been joining us every single day, pouring out their hearts, helping me. I can't do this without you. So I want to first say I'm grateful for you, for being with me every morning. It means so much. And your energy, what we're doing, this is a ripple effect. That's what's happening here today. So feel free to share this. And this will get you into our private community. I just have to tell a little disclaimer here. When you get the email, you need to check your junk, clutter, spam folder because it's an automated email. But in there, you'll get the 9 questions, and you'll also get that link to join us in our private community. And it's all complimentary. It's all complimentary. You can do that. Thank you, Carmen. A memory I'm most thankful for is the birth of my 5 sons. Wow. Another powerful woman. Wow. Another mother here. So amazing. And we can do this without you. Thank you so much, Mandy. Okay. Let me share the quote. Okay. And then I'm going to switch over so you can see this amazing interview. Good morning, Lori. And by the way, I just want to honor Lori for a moment because without Lori, I would have never met John. Lori's an incredible person, and I'm just so glad to have Lori in my life. And you're going to see this very much. You're going to see how this is going to play out. But let me share the quote because I'm going to share the quote during the recorded interview. So here's the quote. It's a good one. Going back a ways. Let me just get this out of the way, and then we're going to go into the quote. How are you this morning? Let me know how you're doing. I want to know that you're feeling good. All right, here we go. Activating all other attitudes, stimulating creativity. I agree with that. See, gratitude is the gateway. Gratitude is the door. And that's the door I want you to open up today with me. Are you willing to open up that door and not just do a checklist? Are you willing to go through today and have the readiness to show gratitude? Kindness. Dr. Wayne Dyer talked about when we witness an act of kindness, there's a biochemical exchange happening between the two people and the person witnessing it, the positive flow that comes in. Can you do that today with me? All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to grab a couple shares and then I'm going to move over to the recorded piece that you are absolutely going to love. Good morning, Jenna. I'm glad you're here. Gratitude stimulates creativity. On fire. Yes, absolutely. That's what we want. Are you ready? Woo! Come on. Get the blood moving. All right, here we go. I'm going to get it moving today. I'm going to switch off. I want you to feel better because you stepped into this world. And I want you to make sure you get into our private community by clicking on that link because we're going to have every expression of gratitude. Every quote is going to be there for you. Mandy will share that link. Here we go. I'm excited to share this with you. It's going to be a little longer today, but I trust it's going to be worth it. Here we go. Turn up your volume. Oops. Uh-oh. All right. I'm having some technical difficulties, but we're going to make it work. All right. Oh, okay. So what we're going to do is I need to make a slight change. So I want you to share a memory that you are grateful for. A memory that you are grateful for. All right, here we go. What is a memory that you are grateful for? And I will get this fixed. So please share that. I want you to open that up and just share a memory. And I want to grab your share when we're done here. I think I got this figured out now. Yes, here we go. Well, John, it's a pleasure to visit with you today, especially during this season of gratitude. And I was eager to meet with you today to learn what you have to say about gratitude.
Oh yes, yes, I have a lot to say about gratitude. My whole life was a life of gratitude. I think, first thing I'd like to mention is the very fact that I had a hearing problem, and Laurie worked at the hearing factory, and she said one day, would you care if I introduce you to one of my old family friends? He would probably like to talk to you about your age, and my age is well up there in the 90s, and how I've managed to stay healthy during this entire time. I said, sure, I'd be glad to meet you. Who is this? And she said, it was Austin, you. And ever since then, this has developed into just a great friendship, which I just appreciate. I love both you and Laurie very much, and
we love you too. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, and it's worked out great, and this has even led up to this point. So I'm really
yeah. No, I'm grateful, and just to share that the initial meeting was about learning your health habits. How every morning you get up and you exercise, and what you told me is you try to move every joint in your body every morning. And that's where this started, and it's amazing. Is it okay if I share your age?
And I'm still doing that.
Yes.
And I had a bout with pneumonia recently, about a month ago, but I'm back to the original plan of it was just about 40 minutes of exercise, and then I do walking. I'm living in a 16-story building, and I walk up from the 9th floor to the 16th floor every morning. A lot of
up and then back down again.
Steps to climb and long hallways to walk. I think that this is a thing that has brought me to this stage in my life, my health, which is really very good to feel for a 90-plus guy.
Well, can we share your age?
96.
96,
yeah,
okay.
Right, yeah, 96 and a half.
96 and a half.
Yeah,
exactly.
And right now I feel great, and I attribute that a lot to, well, all of it really, to the exercise and the mental outlook, and looking at what I eat, and not doing stupid things at the dinner table. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have a loving family, and how many?
Oh yeah, my! I can't remember all the names. I have a list of them on my computer, but my wife and I had 2 children. We were fortunate to have that because she had hypothyroidism, and doctor told us, the endocrinologist, that you're lucky to even have 2 children. But wow. Those 2 children, my daughter had 10 children, and my son had 2 children. So I have 12 grandchildren. And those 12 grandchildren has generated 23 great-grandchildren. So yes, we have a big family, wow. A happy family, a loving family. God has been good to us.
And that's why I thought you'd be a great person to talk about gratitude. And I appreciate what you said about me and Lori. Give a shout out to Lori for connecting us. She's an amazing person as well.
Yes.
And what else are you grateful for?
Well, I know you had mentioned wanting to do this, and I started thinking about it. And I can go all the way back to when I was 5 years old. That was in the 1930s. That's the time of the Great Depression. And my father, he was in the music business and then in the art business and the photography business. And of course, in the Depression, people don't get pictures taken and they don't take music lessons. So we had a rough time, but I remember looking back how grateful I am. There was always dinner on the table for us. There was always a place to sleep. And thank God that things moved on very well. So that was a sort of a period of great gratitude, but I didn't recognize it until just now.
Wow. So this process of reflecting back made you realize.
Yes. You helped me there, Austin,
wow.
Really.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think the next major event was in 1937. I would have been 12 years old then. And we lived right 3 blocks from the Ohio River. This was in southern Indiana, right across from Louisville, Kentucky. And the water came, and this is like in February, it's a cold month, and the rain just never stopped, and the water started coming into our house. I had to be evacuated in a boat because it was kept coming higher and higher. So I was farmed out to a farm family where I lived for a couple of weeks, and then I moved with another family for a couple of weeks while Mom and Dad were cleaning out the house. You know, there was a lot of mud in the house, had to be cleaned out. I look back on that, what they did for me and what they provided for me. I'm eternally grateful about that. There's another period, I think, these are great periods. As the World War II started in 1941. In 1943, I was drafted into the Marine Corps. So
yes, Marine veteran.
Yes,
World War
II. I was in the senior in high school, and I had to report for duty. Air travel was not all that great then, commercial air travel.
Right.
So I went by train. I got on a train in Louisville, and we went out to San Diego, the Marine Corps base, for boot camp training. And then from there, I went to Honolulu, went from there to Kauai, more training, and then we got on a ship going to the Mariana Islands, and that's where the fighting was taking place. I landed on the Tinian Island. I was there on the 6th day of the 8-day battle for Tinian, and we were in anti-aircraft, and we were protecting Island. Still, the Japanese fighter planes were still capable of attacking our island, and right after the Marines and the Army took over the next island, the Japanese could not reach us anymore. So we stayed there in protection. So there was another period of time in which I'm very grateful that I survived. Unfortunately, I had a brother who was serving in the European theater war, and he did not survive. He was a radio operator on a B-17 plane.
What was his name?
His name was Edward.
Edward.
Edward Kremens. And I think about him often. I still miss him greatly. And but the life moves on, and there's a good time. I'm glad this subject came up. But it is Thanksgiving in a few days. So what do you have to be thankful for? I have a lot to be thankful for. The friendship with Austin and Lori. And I just had a good life. I had a good family, a good loving family, and looking forward to Thanksgiving, and looking forward to Christmas. There'll be a lot of celebrating to be doing. So
yeah, and I would imagine you're grateful for your family, and I would imagine they're grateful for you as well to be.
Yes, I'm sure that is true, and we got a good family, and all the grandchildren are either in college or have finished college.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's great, and they're good citizens.
So we're back here with John. He's sharing things that he's grateful for throughout his life, and as you heard, it's when you ask somebody what they're grateful for, we don't think about it. And even in this process, John, you have a lot to be grateful for, and you thought about earlier moments that were so beautiful. I thank you for sharing that, and I trust that you feel that in your heart as well.
Yes.
And one of the things we do is we share a quote as well, and I wanted to read you a quote.
Okay.
And then you and I can chat about the quote.
Okay.
And then we can we can move into wrapping up. So this quote is by Norman Vincent Peale, and I'll be sharing this on the screen for the live interview. But it says this: the attitude of gratitude revitalizes the entire mental process by activating all other attitudes, thus stimulating creativity.
Yes.
So I'm going to read it one more time because it's a great quote. It says a lot. The attitude of gratitude revitalizes the entire mental process by activating all other attitudes, thus stimulating creativity. Norman Vincent Peale.
Amen.
So what do you think about that quote?
I think it's a great quote, and there's another quote that he often uses: "I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me."
I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
And just, you need to dwell on that. Think about, what does that mean? It means that you're thinking positive. You get that negativity out of your system. It doesn't do a bit of good.
Yeah.
So
did you learn that over time, or was that something you just?
I remember when television first came out. You had to run up to the television, turn the knob to change one of the 3 channels.
That's right.
And that's where I first found Norman Vincent Peale. And,
Wow.
And then he had written a book, so I had to get the book. So now here, 40, 50 years later, my wife had passed away. I moved out of the house. I moved up here, and I thought, I need to read that book again.
And what's the name of that book? I know what it is, but
The Power of Positive Thinking.
The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale.
I don't know if it's in publication, but I went to the library and I asked them if I could get that, and they did find a copy up in North Jersey, and they got it for me, and I read it again.
And when did you read that again?
Just a few years ago. About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Wow.
And I learned a lot from that. The positive thinking is a great thing. There is a lot of negativity in the world, and it doesn't do a bit of good. And there again, I'm in gratitude for having learned from Norman Vincent Peale these things of positive thinking.
Yeah.
And in all aspects of life.
No, this is great. Really appreciate this, John. And is there any final thing you want to share? Before we close?
I don't know. It seems like we covered a lot of ground here.
Yes.
I think that if we touch anyone, just to think about what the power is of positive thinking, what the power is erasing the negativity out of your life. Exercise every day if you can, at least a little bit. Walk as much as you can, and beat me in reaching 96 and a half.
And what's your goal now?
My goal is to be the longest living World War II veteran.
Wow.
There were 16 million in the military in World War II, and there's only about a little under 300,000 left. So I feel like I'm in a very select group.
You are.
Being part of the 300,000 and feeling as good as I do too. But there again, I'll say it again, and I know I'm repeating myself, but exercise, walk, watch what you eat, watch what you drink, think positive. All those elements, I think, have given me long life, and I'm very grateful that whoever contributed any way and any effort to help me to think this way. I'm grateful to having met Alston here now to learn to do this. I'm grateful to Laurie for introducing me to Alston. So I have a lot to be grateful for, and I am grateful.
I think that's a beautiful way to end, John. I appreciate you very much.
Sure.
You are a living testimony of everything you're talking about.
Well,
and it means a lot coming from you, and I just want to encourage you to keep up the great work. We love you, and we're very grateful here, so thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Austin.
We'll see you again.
I appreciate it.
I am, just feeling that. I trust you are too. I have another bonus to share with you, though. I have more, but I want to hear what you're grateful for today. And I really trust that this is hitting home. And John is such an amazing guy because he's lived it. It's just proof that doing the right things, loving your family, forgiving, cultivating the good things in your life, it, it lends to legacy. It gives us the capability to rise above all of the things that want to pull us back. And John is a living testimony to that. So, John, I know you're going to see this playback. We love you. We're glad that you gave us this interview. And I want to share with you this painting right here was a gift from John. That's Vincent van Gogh's Night Cafe. John painted it. The paintings that you saw on the back, he painted it. He paints. So he gifted this to me, and I'm humbled by it. And I'm going to share that with you as well, since we're highlighting this today. I'm going to share, I have a little video clip. I trust it'll come across, of John actually gave this to me. So I want you to see that right now. And then we're going to come in and wrap things up. And I still want to hear what your greatest memory is. I want to grab your shares before we send you off to have a great Thanksgiving. And if you're not in the United States and you're somewhere else in the world, I just want to encourage you to cultivate gratitude with us. Okay, here we go.
I want to present to you today. This all started back, it must have been 3 years ago. I got this jigsaw puzzle, Van Gogh's Night Cafe. And I love the picture so much, I made a copy of it and I started painting it. I'm taking art lessons, I'm learning to paint. So I made a painting. And here later, through Lauren, we met you, and for a different reason there, because we were looking at the advantage of physical education, physical activity in every lifestyle. So, thinking of this picture, I thought, well, it is turning out pretty well. What will I do with that picture? I think, well, there's also, that's the one, he should have it. And in his old age, why he can sit back in his rocking chair and exercise and enjoy it, hopefully. Okay, so, Austin.
John, I'm humbled by, it's hard for me to even take this gift, but I'm going to receive it because I believe it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and it's a blessing for us.
Well, it's a blessing for me too that you accepted it.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. And I mean, it's such a beautiful rendition. So I just want to thank you for this. Thank you. Okay. So I want to be able to pick this up.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it's just been in the last
few
years.
The stand comes off, right?
Yeah, it comes off.
Okay, well,
but you can have the stand if you want it. But you'll probably hang it on the wall, I would think.
Yeah, I'm going to hang it on the wall.
Yeah. Okay, this is just an easel here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
If you want this, you can have it, but I don't know if you need it.
And the frame is beautiful too.
Yeah, I have to give Jim Repenning credit for that.
Who?
Jim Repenning. He does framing, and he gives art instructions too. I take art and instructions with him. He's a great artist, and he's really great at framing. He helped me pick that out.
That's beautiful. And I'll tell you, if you hung this on the wall, I mean, to an untrained person, they wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
Yes, because I mean, if you look at it, it's such a famous. And what it's called? What's the name of it? So people.
Night Cafe.
Night Cafe.
Yes.
By Vincent van Gogh.
Right.
Van Gogh. Or Van Gogh.
Okay.
Thank you so much, John.
Well, you're welcome.
I am.
I'm completely shocked. Your hands, because I know it'll be in a good place.
It's going to be in a good place.
Right.
I'm going to hang this. I know where I can hang this. I can hang it right in the backdrop of the show. I'm going to see how that works.
Oh wow! Wow.
That would be great.
Yes. I don't think you have that $8 million painting.
Thank you so much. There you have it. That's and there's the painting right there. And I'll give you a little teaser. For those of you that follow me, we're going to have, there's a really strong chance I'm going to be interviewing one of the biographers, writers, who's connected with the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. They just finished a book on Vincent van Gogh's sister-in-law, and his sister-in-law is one of the main reasons why you know about Vincent van Gogh. He wrote a book, and I just got the email, and there's a really strong chance we're going to be interviewing that gentleman coming up here in the upcoming months. But I want to thank every person for being on here today. Thank you for sharing what you're grateful for. Everything matters, and there's a ripple effect here. And when we have an opportunity to celebrate somebody like John, I know his family's going to see this. So what a blessing. I'm grateful. And I just want to close by inviting you into our private community. It's complimentary. Mandy shared the link there. We're collecting all of this. We're going to put it into a manifesto, which you can access in our private community. And it'll help you kind of get out of the noisy place that some of the social media platforms are. We have a private closed group there. We share different things there. We're going to have the Gratitude Manifesto there, every single quote, every expression of gratitude. And you just click on the link there. You put your name and email in, and then you just check your junk clutter spam folder, because the emails go there sometimes. But in there, you'll get the 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs, to start to cultivate that positivity that John was talking about in his message. And you'll also get a link where you can send a request in and join our private community. We're passionate about community. We're passionate about the things that we're doing. We work passionately more. I don't work hard anymore. I work passionately, because I'm passionate about what we're doing, and we're passionate about making an impact in the world. And that's what we're doing with the Gratitude Manifesto. So we're a couple minutes past half past the hour, 8:32 a.m. here. I want to thank every single one of you. God bless you. I love you. Take time to write down something you're grateful for. Share it with somebody in your life. Tell them you love them, forgive them, do something that's going to cultivate that positive energy that you need. All right, everyone. This is Austin. This is the Gratitude Manifesto, and I'll see you back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. We are pressing on. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.